Alright. Hello everybody. I am Devin-Foxy, remastered again. And before I can say anything before this video begins exactly, is I probably want to say before we go on exactly, is that here's a story that I was probably going to save. If it's not going to be uploaded today, then it might be uploaded tomorrow at this point, so no worries about it. So, pretty much. It happens all the time sometimes with myself, with the schedules and stuff that I know there are going to be things that my schedules are going to probably be like full on hard to deal with and just get those over with because during to I don't know, like the time goes by exactly, like the time keeps going fast, 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 and whatever exactly. So that's pretty much it. Time can go fast or time might be slow. Who knows? It depends on whatever is going to do anything with it. So, yeah. And also, why am I willing to be making this video? Is that, well, the only video I probably want to be talking about is a story. A story I probably have never even talked about exactly is about Roblox. Now, there are some good and there are some bad that I probably will say or won't say towards to that about Roblox exactly. Which, by the way, I probably am going to make a story. So, here's what I'm going to say on this story. Is that, I think the only story whenever I actually got to play Roblox, I think the only thing I could ever remember when I played Roblox was like back at my school. I think it was back in my school days, I think, which I think it was pretty much clearly to be like high school exactly that I played Roblox. So, like I said, I'm not going to say name or anything. I'm probably just going to say it's just like the word saying is high school. Now, for those who don't or do know exactly why I consistently played like Roblox is that let's just say that I have not like been a fool of a master of playing Roblox, which no, I don't claim to be a master of Roblox. I never will to be one as a person to do Roblox. But yeah, there's a time and again that I just want to point out something that I never even came across to say about Roblox for the first time ever. And for those who probably have enjoyed the last video, which was about like the cyber attack thing that was on Steam, well, all I probably want to say is I hope everybody is doing fine, which I think that we can say it's still a thumbs up for some people, and some others are still okay, exactly. Which for me, by the way, I think I was finally about to access on Steam, which it finally worked. So hey, I guess that's a good thing. And it was finally the fatal error that I showed you guys on the screen is no longer there. So thank God it was not there because I was like, wait, is that for real? Like, was that actually the part of the thing that was real? So I guess that's why it makes sense. So let's just talk about a bit of some Roblox for a minute. So after when I was playing Roblox, I think it was like computer class or something. I was in like computer class and something like that. Like, I think I just played like Roblox or something like that, which I never heard of anything of Roblox. So I decided was like, let me see if Roblox is any good. And I decided was like looking onto any of it, and I was like, okay, let's just see. And I decided was like, all right, that's cool, that's cool. Like a few maps were kind of okay. Like recently, a few maps were all right, I think, and I'm not going to be basically to judge it, but I think it was kind of okay. So when I was like playing a little bit more on Roblox, I decided I was like, all right, well, I guess that's probably something that like gets a little interesting on and about. So that was pretty much my story, and as in for like the rest is that well, let's just say that I actually quit playing Roblox. And for those who probably actually will ask me at this point by saying is like, oh, when do you want to like start doing Roblox? No, I'm not doing Roblox. I'm gonna say this word again is that no, I do not claim to be a master or a champion of Roblox. The only thing I'd be a master or champion is if I actually just play other games that I'm actually still into, not the ones I'm not into. That's the point. Like, it's all about pretty much being like into things. That's pretty much like the better on for anyone else to probably feel a bit interested and better. That's the point. Like, exactly. So, let's just say by any chance that, well, right now in the present, I think it was a good time, and I think it was about a great time that I decided was like, you know what, I don't really give a shit. I really don't care about doing Roblox. I really don't care. I decided was like, you know what, I think Roblox isn't for me. I decided was like, I quit. I just quit. Like any regular person would say the Q word is saying quit. Like, literally, I actually went and said that. Or much likely I haven't even said anything until now of 2025. So that's all I want to say for some answers. And let's just say that there are some good in the community at some points, that some good people of the community of Roblox is okay. But when it comes to the darker ones that are not the greatest, which by the way, I'm not going to kind of refer to etc. exactly because at this point, I don't want to be the one kind of like getting annoyed for much of the time. So let's just say that the bad side of the community of Roblox is not a good thing to go on for. Like it's just pointless and pointless and like it's so endless that it's just beyond endless. Which I'm sorry I can't tell you that, but it's just the truth, man. I mean, if you don't want to handle the truth, then why even be in the video? And I mean, why even be commenting on the video? Which I prefer to meant to say that anyway, but that's what I meant to say. So that's just kind of my story, that I have a reason why I decided to quit Roblox, and I decided it was just quit. Which even though I probably was gonna think about having that on my channel, but I decided was like, you know what, I don't want to kind of risk it. I don't want to kind of risk the bullshit that I don't want to go through every other time. So I decided was like, all right, I think that was a good call for me a little bit, and just say is like have to do a bit of like rechecking things, just like checking on things because I just don't want to be a person who is just like wanting to be a champion at some points. Because I mean, if I was a champion, I would rather be a champion for the games I probably would prefer better, not worse, better, as I said. So, for those who probably would want to understand that, then I hope you definitely, in fact, understand that. And also, I did got recently a good comment from one person exactly. At least I did got one, like, I just got like one comment from one person that actually, like, well, that just told me about, like, just something about have to do the mention of the fact about like, yeah, I don't know. I think it was pretty much likely the video that pretty much was about like that was pretty much about like something, I guess. But I just have to probably mute the video for a minute. So let me just go ahead and try to mute it. So here we go. I'm just gonna mute it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Muted. So the person's name I had to look on was called I actually did take a look on the person's comment, and actually the name was actually Spooks. All right, well, I think Spooks is kind of an okay name. I think Spooks is a bit of like a very good and appropriate name I can probably appreciate. It's a very good appropriate name, which I never expected, like an interesting name I never heard of. For some reasons I could probably be okay with some particular names that I probably would be fine with, but Spooks, all right, that's respect. I'll give it a little bit of that. I actually will give that respect on that. And then the comment I actually did looked on said was about like, hey man, I love your videos, which also the person meant by adding an edited or something was just wondering if you play Roblox. If so, then what's your username? We should play. And before we even do get to that question, is that I actually have to say I was pretty bit alright and a little bit based with the person's comment, and a little bit more center a little bit, and being a bit more friendly a little bit, just being on a center friendly a little bit, and decide was like, alright, let's see what I have to say. And then what my answer was to the person, basically, that, like I said, there are going to be conversations back and forward, a little bit back and forward, back and forward. That's just how that kind of works at some points. So let me just say this, is that the first part I'm going to probably look on by saying is like, well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for liking my videos. Totally appreciate it. And also, if you're a new person to the channel, Spooks, then go ahead and absolutely subscribe because, by the way, if you're a true Devin-Foxy fan, like a real fan, exactly that actually is a real based fan, then subscribe. But if there's a fake, then you remember have to know what the fake means exactly. It's for those who probably are a fake that tries to hate my videos. That's pretty much the reason why I don't actually really care about those kind of reasons, just for the other side. Which, that's just why I want to remind Spooks about that question. But, that's fine if Spooks actually does or doesn't know, that's fine, just to have a little appreciation a little bit, just to have like an honest conversation. So, yeah. And let me just get to the next question that the person said was just wondering if I play Roblox, and then tells me about my username, and also would rather want to play. Well, here's something I also want to point is that yeah, I'm gonna pass. Sorry, Spooks, I'm just gonna pass. The reason why I'm saying I would pass Roblox is because, well, I did play it back in the past in my school life, my school years exactly before I even left, which I actually did graduate and left exactly. But yeah, that's just a little bit of an alright lesson, a little bit, and just decided was like, yeah, I guess Roblox was kind of okay, and I decided was like, you know what, I'm just gonna like wrap it up and just leave it. Because at this point, I don't know what else to say exactly. Because I mean, if I played Roblox in the present right now, things would be a little bit more tricky with me just to probably have a little bit more careful in a little bit because sometimes the reason why I just want to kind of stay out of Roblox is because there are going to be things where I might have to stay out from and there might be some ones I would stay in. So there's a reason and two path choices for people to kind of understand about what my view and understanding is that sometimes when I stay in, the side on the first option is staying in. Staying in means that you pretty much would rather stay in the recent one that I probably would be in for years, for like YouTube, Steam, and then pretty much more exactly that I probably would stay on both of them exactly. It's just like YouTube and Steam in general that I probably would be staying on. So those are pretty much the ones that will count. And then, as in for the ones that are probably going to be the ones from staying out of, the only things I probably would stay out from is Discord. And trust me, I do not want to repeat myself more times again to repeat that shit again. Because at this point, it's been a cesspool in my life, and I really actually again experienced what it was about, and I never wanted to be back there again. So I decided was like, I quit, I was done, and I will absolutely will not explain that bullshit again. Because if I hear that word, I would literally scream in someone's earplugs, or should I say scream in someone's ears to shut them up to know why I actually prefer staying out of Discord. So again, I don't care. Suck me. And sorry if I have to come up with the language, sorry if I have to say that, but it's true that I, again, would rather stay out of that shit because, trust me, I tried it once and I never will try it again second. Like, what's the point of keep trying and trying until I decided it was freaking leave? Because I, again, will have to be the one being a big man just to probably understand why that there is a side in some sides of the community of exactly of Discord. It's just, yeah, not my cup of tea, just not my cup of tea of understanding that. So, again, clearly not my cup of tea. And then, of course, the second one would be is Roblox. Now, I don't recently hate Roblox. I'm alright with Roblox. I mean, there are some sides of the community of Roblox that's good, not good, and then there probably might be some ones in center that could be degenerately both. Exactly, I think there might be both at least. Which, even if I'm not making my words carefully a little bit, which I try at least being a little bit somewhere in the middle for it, and just get my words right correctly. So that's all I want to say, and that's all I want to give you guys my story and reason why that I think Roblox was kind of alright since I think it was way back in high school that I decided was like, I guess I'm going to give it a try. And because once I gave it a try, I actually thought to myself and think about all that and decided I was like, okay, well, I will go ahead and decide and yet again see what Roblox is like. And then I play the game and see what else was about. And then I think it was just kind of okay. And I did remember when I played like a Finds a Phrase version of the Roblox thing, I guess. I decided was kind of like thinking it was like, I think it was a little okay. I mean, some maps are kind of alright than others, but that's fine with me. That's totally fine. So there you go. And also, I am not trying to hate the people on the good side of the Roblox. I don't recently hate the reasons for those people. But the other side of the bad side of the people, I quietly despise on that. And again, all I'm saying is that it's just an opinion. That's it. And also, again, opinion is opinion, and a fact is a fact. So, yeah, I probably will still never be shut up about. So, again, that's all I want to be saying in a respectful tone of an attitude. That's it. So, anyway, for those who probably still like Roblox, then that's fine. I appreciate you. That's fine. If you still like playing Roblox, I actually will like believe you and trust you. Exactly. That's all I'm saying from like me to you guys. You know, if some people do like playing Roblox, which I'm not saying most, I'm saying as some others are still interested in Roblox. But the only thing I'm ever saying is for me, I probably quit. I actually quit before I even graduated, so yeah, sorry man, tough luck, but I probably will ever not risk doing Roblox because there might be a few different things where I might probably want to like stay silent a little bit less of kind of not like feeling a bit of different interactions. I mean, the only interactions I'd rather stay on is just YouTube, Steam, and whatever exactly. So there you go. Anyway, all I'm gonna say, folks, is that I'm Devin-Foxy, remastered again. And remember the four things you guys gotta do recently is like and comment and subscribe, hit the bell to be notified. And just want to let you guys know that this was just truly my story, and just want to give you guys a side story of an explanation of like currently on some sides of why I probably think Roblox was kind of okay, but not my cup of tea a little bit, which by the way, that's all I probably want to point out exactly, and that's all I want to say. And also, I want to say for something for Spooks, by the way, that I did look on the comment was that, yeah, I appreciate you, man. I actually appreciate it. And that was actually a nice comment that you did. I actually appreciate you for that. I totally again appreciate it. Like, you said on the first one that you love my videos. I actually appreciate you there, man. I actually appreciate it because trust me, making videos is a little bit more similar than I probably would be doing in my current time with myself to make videos. But hey, at least I'm still here to entertain pretty much anybody. I'm here to still entertain. That's what I do in my kind of time with making videos. That's what I do, and that's what I do for all the time, just entertain people. Even if I might still be or won't be around making videos, hey, I'm still going to be the one making videos to make people happy. That's all I'm here to do, not make people feel depressed. That's all I'm saying. But sometimes there are going to be sometimes that there's going to be some ups or down with my life. Sometimes if some videos are not perfect to make, then hey, at least sometimes I might have a bit of respect and decency at some points as I can respect that. So there you go. And without that being further and now to be said again, is I will see you guys soon enough for the next video. And oh yeah, I was gonna probably think of like making another video too. It was about like my boxing gloves and stuff, which yeah, that's gonna be kind of like saved for a screenshot that I might consider adding two screenshots that might probably be added up anyways. So for those of you guys do want to see the screenshot versions of it and then full recommendedly from the before versus after, then that's probably what I'll be doing, and that's what I would recently will be doing as long as I will try at least my best to see what I can come up with and see what I can do before the old ones will get trashed, before the old ones will be sent somewhere, I don't know, because for me, I've not kind of learned about like getting rid of like old boxing gloves, which I'm not that too familiar with, but I think it's like the first time of everything, I guess, but I guess that's what that kind of is right now. So there you go. And for those who are actually wanting to know what the next video is going to be about, it's going to probably be about the boxing gloves one. And then, of course, like the unfinished YouTube shorts that I might have left, exactly just to wrap that up. Which also I will be switching things around differently with only the women fighting version, the women thing. Yes, with the game. That's either Xbox or PS4. That's pretty much that. And anyways, so if you guys like my story, and if you guys definitely, in fact, enjoyed this video, then hey, you should totally subscribe, and that would be amazing, and that would be appreciated. And for those who have not subscribed, I recommend you to totally subscribe by any chance right now. So that'll be appreciated. That'll be lovely, and that'll be amazing, and that'll put a smile on my face. You know, a happy smile on my face. But you know, I actually do appreciate that. And anyway, so like I said, I do not claim to be a champion or claim to be a master of Roblox. I'm just a simple person who just enjoys content for however just entertain himself or myself. So that's pretty much it. And anyways, I think it's time we just wrap this video up and it's time we get this over with. And also, I was going to be saving another idea that I was going to be talking about the Fanta drink. You know, I was going to be talking about the Fanta, you know, that had Freddy Fazbear on it, Michael Myers, Chucky's. You know, I pretty much would say that. So, as for the only question here exactly right now is I'm not that too sure. I mean, there are going to be things that might be a little confusing at points, but you know, whatever's going to be the best, whatever's going to be the best. But, you know, I mean, by the end of like almost nearly Halloween, I probably will be like getting more boxes, exactly getting like more Fanta drinks. Like I actually figured out and discovered that they're even in cans, literally in cans. Like that's crazy talk, man. Like imagine putting those in cans. Like that's actually cool. You know, I mean that's awesome and stuff. Which I still again that would be amazing. So yeah, I actually be wanting to show you guys what the drinks would look like. And also, I probably have to say that those taste really good. But to me, to you guys, I never even like mentioned how good it tastes. But for myself, off recording exactly for myself to speak, then it actually tastes amazing. But you know, just from me to you guys, I never actually discussed about it. But I might hopefully be sure to discuss it before Halloween happens. And for the only question is, am I going to get the next box that clearly will have Michael Myers or Chucky on it? The answer is yes. And also, I did got Freddy Fazbear before I had to go into the store and get it. So that's pretty much what happened, and that's all I can say. And yes, you guys will see the faces and see the boxes and see what it would look like. You know, just wait until all the cans are out exactly before I even grab one can exactly at a time to show you guys what it would look like on the screen, to show you guys what it completely looks like in the cans. But the soda ones, they're pretty nice. But in the cans, they're actually pretty good as well because they have good similar tastes, very great tastes. So that's all I want to let you guys know about, and that's all I might say before when Halloween starts soon enough. So I'll let you guys know when that will happen soon enough. But just remember, I'm only gonna come and get the Michael Myers Fanta drinks, and then the Chucky Fanta drinks. You know, it's gonna be in the box, which I think it's gonna be in all 12 cans, like similar like wise in 12 cans, because at this point I might have to like show you guys what it would look like, because you know I'm just gonna have to be separating the cans, you know, to see what you guys think. But you know, they're pretty cool. I mean, they're very nice. That's all I can say about what it would look like, but it's nice. I'll say that it's pretty cool. So there you go. And with that being said, I hope that you guys have a great, amazing day. Hope you guys absolutely do, in fact, consider hoping you guys enjoyed this video. And as in for such, is that hopefully that by the end of today or tomorrow that it will be uploaded and it will definitely be up for ready to run. You know, whenever I might consider like, you know, having it up exactly with like me talking about like the Roblox story that I probably was mentioning about that, you know, that there was like a beginning and there sometimes will be an end. You know, if there was like a short cliffhanger, that's fine. I mean, let it be a short cliffhanger, because I mean it doesn't need to be continued even further or longer. But you know, there was like one friend who likes Roblox, by the way, which I probably have to say it was just a friend that liked Roblox, and that was just kind of the point I could say right now. So yeah, at least one person kind of liked Roblox. I mean, that's pretty much the point. And yeah, I will say that's pretty much true. And for whatever exactly, that's pretty much true. And I did look on some streams earlier that was on my streams exactly whenever I did look on the screen. Then yeah, pretty much. So anywho, I guess it's time we just wrap this up. And no worries, the only thing that's going to be next is the boxing gloves, which I hope, by the way, I can have that ready soon by the meantime before I can talk about the cans. I mean, the cans are going to be a little bit more on somewhere before Halloween starts, so I probably wouldn't be worried about whenever it's happening soon enough. But, after I get like two more of those boxes that will only have Michael Myers or Chucky, that's when I'll be ready to make the video, and that's when I might be ready to make it pretty much happen. After when I make, pretty much add like into similar, like similar videos. Like I know it's gonna be in threes, but it's gonna be in a similar way. How am I gonna pretty much like add in a full version exactly, or maybe yet just let it be on a separate before the full version I can probably add in together. So for those who are excited to see a full version of it, then yes, you will see a full version, and we'll see three separates before Halloween will start soon enough. I mean, after I go to the store again and get the same ones, like the one with yellow, the one with like the punch in it, that's pretty much when I might have it ready before then. So that's all I can give you guys, the info, the news whenever it's ready before Halloween starts. So yeah, that's all I might have to say. And yes, the boxing gloves before and the after version, you'll see further enough, will be next. So that's pretty much it. And then as in for the YouTube shorts of like a few more, I think there's like two more to begin with before switching to the women. To have like a girl fight exactly. Like, it's gonna be pretty nice. I'll admit that it's gonna be an interesting fight. So yeah, I don't know how interesting it will be, but I think it'll be only for my kind of test a little bit to see if it's good enough to see if it's great. But just for my example, I think that would be a better option for me since I kind of like that because I would be getting all good in that action. Because, I'd be in the bleachers, I'd be cheering on, I'd be like, damn. I'd be like, let's go. Like, that's kind of my reaction to that. So, anywho, I guess it's time we'll say this is that if you're a new person to this channel, whatever the four things you have to do anyway before these examples will be showing on in is saying this is like, comment, subscribe, and the bell to be notified. That way, you'll see more new videos as soon as enough before you might see what happens for the next one. So if you're a new person to this channel, then hey, I recommend you to subscribe, and that'll be full again appreciated, and that'll support the channel very much likely and appreciation. So if you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe and become a true Devin-Foxy fan. Always become a true Devin-Foxy fan. Very much of my fans. So if you're a new person, subscribe. Only for a real person to subscribe. No fakes allowed. Fakes aren't going outside. So, like that being said, I hope you guys in fact enjoy this video. And it's time we just wrap this up. And I'll definitely say this is once again, I'll see you absolutely in the next video. Anyway, the before and after version of the boxing gloves that you'll see some point in time, whatever's going to happen, you'll see when it's going to be ready. So anyways, that being said, see you next time. Peace out. Goodbye. And I think the new ones have already arrived before then, so hopefully I'll get to take a look at that. So anyways, I'll see you absolutely in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care and sign off.